Hi, I'm Greg from RVHaulers, and I'd like to introduce you to Maverick. Behind me we've got a 2009 Volvo Model 780. Maverick has a D16 engine, so the largest and most powerful one. The D16 has been programmed for 500 horsepower. It's got an I-shift auto shift transmission, and I'd like to show them to you today. So this is his unveiling video. He has, well, that pretty cool moose bumper. And the color is called a metallic jade. So this is a green jade color with a metallic flake in the paint. Pretty nice. This RVHauler candidate was owned by a couple here in Alberta, Canada. They've retired, and I scored Maverick. So he's got some nice chrome accents. You'll see small things such as that air intake was changed out to chrome, polished wheels, aftermarket panel light chrome and lights. We call these chicken lights that run along the body there. Chrome backs on the mirrors. You'll see the chrome accent around the top of the cab. That was added extra. So they had a little bit of pride in their Volvo. And taking a look at the rear, you'll see that we've already singled them. So there were some steps there. We took those off when we do the singling process to make sure they don't get dinged or scratched. You see the exhaust has already been converted to what we call a weed burner, so it's come out and it's pointing down. We've got really nice Michelin XDN2s on the rear. So that's what the tread looks like. There you go, there's the Michelin. And we've done our usual go through with him. New shocks, new airbags. The frame has been treated. Looks really nice. You'll see some airlines and things hanging down here. We've done a lot of prep work. So you can see we've pulled the wires for the trailer already. This 3/4 inch Synflex is going to be used for running glad hands to the back of the frame. If we take a look up and underneath at that, on the pumpkin, on the drive shaft, he does have a rear locking axle. This is a Hendrickson rear axle. Those rear wheels have been polished. Of course, everything underneath that decking, that's temporarily put on there. Drive shafts have been rebuilt, balanced. You'll see we've already put on the new airbags and shocks underneath the sleeper. We've got 125 gallon tanks times 2. The jackalope has been installed. Maverick is at the stage where he could have a smart bed installed next week. We could start on that for you very quickly. Now as I come around the front, I'll point out the condition of the paint, especially on the upper sleeper. This is fantastic. I haven't found a chip on this side. I did find, where's my one scratch? Yes, it looks like this step must have been taken off and someone had a scratch in there. That's not through the paint, that's just in the clear coat. I'll be able to polish that out. There's a little scuff here. But other than that, pretty darn nice. The backs of the mirrors are in very good shape. No pitting or peeling there. I have put in brand new headlights along with David Dixon's Xenon upgrade. We've got chrome around the beautiful grille. So let's start, Greg and his rock chips. There's one. And that's all I can find on this side. That moose bumper did a job of protecting it. If the moose bumper isn't to your liking, we can certainly put a factory bumper back on and repaint them to match. Here on the driver's side, here's our paint inspection. So I've got one chip up there, a couple there. So you have to look a long ways to find imperfections in his paint. Engine's beautiful, really tight. And if you look on the back of that chrome mirror, you see there is one chip in the chrome there. But when you come back a little bit, hard to see. Now take a look at the step. I want to show you some scratches that I will fix. Again, this is just in the clear coat, and I'll be able to buff those out. And overall, Maverick is a beautiful truck. Now, not everybody may like jade. You may see in some of our more recent videos, we're getting really practiced at doing full body paint jobs to match your fifth wheel. So Maverick could be a great candidate for getting a full body paint to match your New Horizons, your DRV, your spacecraft, whatever you're towing. There are also some small chips in the paint here. You'll see that there's a little bit of rust starting there, and there is rust on the inside of the door, as we're used to seeing. But I can take that down to bare metal and paint and repair that. And the other great bonus that we have here with Maverick is I guess I'll have to say I kind of arm wrestled the previous retiring owners, and they left me with, there's an APU right in behind that fairing. There's a diesel powered generator that runs the electronics inside of Maverick. It's not an air conditioning system, it is just an APU providing 15 amps, 6,000 watts I believe. And looking at the back of the sleeper, there's a few other interesting things I'd like you to note. Right there, that little tiny pipe, that's a Webasto diesel fired cab heater. And the back of the sleeper, I've got, I think I counted 4 chips of paint. So I got that one I got to fix if you want me to. Now if we put a drawn box back here, I would sand that and prime it, but I wouldn't bother worrying about painting it because that's completely covered. And then I've got 2 chips there, and then where's the other one? I had one more somewhere else. Well, it's escaping me right at the moment, but back of the cab is really nice. Frame's all done. Let me lift that decking and show you what's underneath. Okay, with that decking temporarily taken off, 2 new brake cans. I mentioned the airbags already. Take a look at all the new brass. Those are new air lines down to the brakes. Drive shaft has been new U-joints, balanced. And we've done the rough in of these air lines. This is what I call my air station. So we've got supply and feed for the truck. That is a new steady bearing in there. The front shaft was rebuilt as well. Everything between the frame rails is shipshape and ready for, well, I'm going to say another 500,000 miles of use. Now here we are inside Maverick, and I'll turn the camera around and give you a detailed tour inside. So the interior Maverick has been a non-smoking vehicle. So one thing that doesn't come across in video, of course, is smell, but he's a really clean inside. I'll go slow so you can see dash condition. You can see our brake controller has already been installed back there, the direct link. And one part of this truck I'm always happy to see, you'll see these more in Canada, is this Webasto. That's a diesel-fired engine heater. And what this means is, before this truck was started, the owners would always preheat the engine to make sure it turned over without any stress. It is an aftermarket Panasonic stereo. So it's got, let me zoom in a little better. Here we go. It's got the 1/8 jack as well as USB connections and a remote control if you need it. But take a look at the dash here. We've completely repaired and made it look as brand new as we can. Door is excellent, and the seats, very nice. Sorry about the different sun conditions. I'll try to change the angle. And when we come down here, you'll see they are heated. I haven't tested that yet, I will. And this handle is the one that allows these seats to rotate and face rearward. Here's our carpet condition. This actually had an extra carpet on top of it, so this, I don't think this was ever exposed to wear. The cushions are very, very nice. Back wall, perfect. So when you look around the plastics, table condition in the rear of the sleeper, this one, you know, you wouldn't know that it was used. It's great, great shape. The truck came with all the original manuals, so they're in that bag. I've also got the manual for the auxiliary power unit, the diesel generator. Everything's in there. These are all our window coverings, curtains. And this is the refrigerator. Very clean. Looking up, there's our top bunk and mattress. So you'll see almost no indication of any wear up in here. Try to get my illumination, there we go. Of course here on this side, that's the ladder that comes down to get up top. And I'll show you, we did replace the upper sunroof. There were a couple chips in that. What you're seeing up there, those are water droplets from our water out here when we pressure wash. We're on well water. So there's some minor minerals that get left behind when it dries. Upper cabinets. And you'll see what we did down here. So we have installed, Chuck's talking to me. We have installed a Cobra Classic CB radio, and this is something that I'm doing standard, if I can, in all of the trucks, if my customers allow me to. So we've got some extra power outlets, charging outlets for cell phones, and this is switched. So the power to that turns off with the ignition, and that's where we'll run tire pressure monitoring from, GPS, dash camera, and so on. Now I want to point out, Maverick from the factory did come with an inverter, and that's what this switch is. However, the factory inverter isn't working. So Maverick, if you want to have an inverter, we'll have to add another one aftermarket. And I'll turn the key on for you, and we'll do a confirmation of mileage. If you look in the bottom right corner, there you go, 515,905. Thanks for watching our video on Maverick, this nice 2009 Volvo. If you have any questions about him or how he could be customized to pull your large fifth wheel trailer, please contact us. I'm Greg from RVHaulers, and I thank you for watching our videos.